Leroy here with you on 560 WQM. We're streaming live on YouTube. We are streaming live on Twitch. We're streaming live on the Odyssey app. You guys can join the Twitch or YouTube chat and get on in. Trevor from the 203. Is he over in the next studio? What is he doing? He's just out today. Tobin, loving Josh Allen if you play for the Finns. Well, welcome to sports, Trevor. Glad you could join us. Glad you figured things out, dude. Glad you cracked the code, dude.
Why do you have, you can say whatever, and you have the one line to get your ass out of it?
I just think it's silly. You know, obviously, yeah, if you play for my team, I would like him. Duh. Jimmy Butler once said I'd never wear a Heat jersey. Look at him now.
Peter Pan.
Grow up.
You also said you didn't want Kyle Lowry.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Which I am vehemently, on the opposite stance of now, because I love me some low dog. Oh my God. Hey, can I get a weather update here from the Mesman and Dover Law Firm, your accidentattorneys.com. Free consultations 24/7. Call them at 866-954-MORE.
Partly cloudy, light breeze, 5 to 10 miles an hour out of the east. I see the planes going from right to left. It's going to get a little bit warmer. It's probably like 75 degrees right now. And it's a pleasant day.
He's a golfer.
I think I can listen to Leroy just say just say weather all the time. ASMR.
Yep. Yeah, it's beautiful. Let's get some headlines here brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
So the Miami Dolphins, of course, now off into the offseason. I saw you see Durham Smythe and Mike Gesicki had their little beer toast on Instagram, Stunting Steve. They toasted year 5 and maybe toasting goodbye. Rats off a ship.
They can both leave.
It's well, here's the problem. The problem is that when you look at the types of guys that this offense has had playing that position, it's almost like a big H-back. So who's the tight end that went from here and got a big contract by Buffalo years ago?
Charles Clay.
It's the Charles Clay, the Reed in Washington. You got Kittles in San Francisco. They all have that build and can do a lot of different things, and you use them a lot to do these various things. I think on this team right now, you have 2 or 3 guys that do a lot of different things, but they all don't do all of them. And so if you get rid of one guy, you're going to sacrifice something. So if you get rid of Smythe, you might be sacrificing blocking at the end of the line of scrimmage or that portion.
I don't think
position.
Durham Smythe's going to command a big, he doesn't put up enough numbers to get like
no, I know, but now I think there's certain times, like say for the San Francisco game or the Chargers game, when all the linebackers were getting 20 yards down the field, you need that tight end to put fear into that secondary so they stay kind of close and leave that area open. If you get rid of Gesicki, who's going to do that? You understand what I'm saying? So when I look at this picture and look at what this team is trying to do and what they want to do at that position, it's almost like we're going to just keep drafting until we get another Patrick Mahomes. You were fortunate to have some really good and talented tight ends that you were able to use a number of different ways, but everybody doesn't have that.
Even if they wanted to keep him, you think Mike Gesicki's a free agent? You think he wants to stick around here?
He ain't gonna go get more than $10 million a year.
Yeah, but he's gonna be in an offense where he knows he's not gonna get the football.
But that's not true.
It is true. Like the numbers dictate that. Leroy, his number, he did a third of the catches he did this year.
Here's the
I feel like you grabbed so many touchdowns though this year.
Part of that,
no, you
part
just
of that,
them all because of the dance.
Part of that is because they throw it to the other guys.
That's fine, but
again, there are gonna be moments.
Dude, his snaps and his catches were way down this year.
His snaps went down because they wanted to put a guy in pass route that could give the threat of running the football.
I get you that, but then why would he want to stay here? I feel like he'd want to be rats off a ship.
And go where?
I don't know. Someone's gonna pay him.
Okay. Now, like you're just making that assumption.
You don't think someone's gonna pay for Mike Gesicki?
Well, they're gonna see his dance moves and they're like, never mind.
I think I think he'll get a contract. I mean, I don't know if it'd be $10 million a year.
I mean, you got franchise, so maybe it's not $10 million a year, but he's still gonna make a lot of money.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, but I'm just saying, be careful when you talk about how you go about filling that position, because you're looking at the coach trying to fill a position that's had elite players that could do a number of things. And I don't know if those guys are just easy to get.
Yeah, they're not easy. I'm sure they're not easy to get. It's not like it's tough for. I think part of the reason Mike Gesicki probably wasn't as embraced by the coaching is like he's coming from having arguably the best tight end or the top 2 tight end who does it all to here where he's more of a one-dimensional guy. Like he's a pass threat option.
Right.
Spotrac has Mike Gesicki at $8.2 million. Like that's his.
Yeah,
that's what he's gonna make. That's what they assume he'll make this year.
That's what they have on their market value.
Okay, yeah. So it's not much of a cut from what he's making off the franchise. What?
1.8 million. I mean, yeah, that's a good cut. Nice size cut.
Yeah, I mean, like it's all fugazi though, right? Like, what's he gonna get as far as his guarantee actually?
That'll be. I think he might get. Yeah, I see. I think
that's why when I get all these articles right now, they're talking about what cap space the Dolphins can clear. They're never gonna get me to click on that article. I don't believe in an NFL salary cap. It's hocus pocus. It's not real. It's not real. You make it work out. They'll make it work.
You can make whoever you want. You can make it work.
You make it work.
Right.
It's make believe. It's fake.
Fake.
It's fake, dude.
Fake. All right.
Yeah, it's not a real thing. I don't believe in it.
Got you.
I don't believe in it. Let's hear from Mike McDaniel. Hear a little bit from him on his end of season press conference. Obviously, there were some issues there in the end of the game where they couldn't get the plays in. Here's what he had to say about that.
So think about it this way. So there's, I think, in the regular season, offensively, there was 1,084 plays. Okay. It's like kind of a baseball player. A lot of them don't work with everyone intending to work. So there's a lot of constructive criticism that I put on myself first and foremost. Bottom line is when in the biggest moment, we weren't able to execute. There was compounding variables to that, things that you can't really change in hindsight. There were some things that as I mentioned before, that I was working out that need to work out with the staff, but also, it's bottom line is I need to work it out with the staff. So if it became a problem in crunch time, that's ultimately my responsibility. It wasn't necessarily for a lack of direction. It was more just really working on the nuances of communication, which starts with me.
What? 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 What is it? I think the question was, Mike, what did you have for breakfast?
What?
Like, wait, when he was talking.
He loves talking.
Wait. Here's the deal. Were you like when he got halfway through? I'm like, what was the question
I
again?
gotta be honest with you. I remember cutting this. I feel like this was just part one of a 3-part answer that he had. Like I sent 3 cuts in for this one answer that was just like on the play calling. Also, by the way, I cut out a lot of ums.
So here's the deal. And I said this yesterday, but I want people to understand what happened to Mike McDaniel and what happens to that offense happens more than you think. What saves a lot of the situations is your quarterback, when the coach starts calling the play, he can expedite it because he knows what the play is. When you have new people at that position, then that slows that up a little bit because you got to be even more clear with the play to make sure he gets the right play. Okay? On that situation, which also happens a lot, you'll have one official signaling first down and another official signaling fourth down. And the coaches upstairs are always giving the play caller the down and distance because he has a card.
Mm-hmm.
So when they said, hey, somebody told him it was first down, and then he realized it was fourth down, you're talking about now you only got 20, 25 seconds.
Whose job is that? Is that like a low
It's just
rung,
no.
a low
It could
rung
be-
coaching
it could-
staff guy?
Somebody.
It's Todd the intern.
Yeah.
First down
there, coach.
Oh no.
I'm gonna hear about this one.
My bus.
He's gonna answer for his crimes.
I'm gonna have to answer for my crimes on this one.
Here's more of Mike McDaniel on Skylar Thompson, also with the communication, dealing with a lot of new guys in there.
I don't think it helped the situation to have the rookie quarterback in a second start with a new starting running back, a new starting left guard, a new right guard, and a new starting right tackle. All of those things hurt communication. Probably the way I look at things is in hindsight, you learn that that many new players in one game, you have to be mindful of that when you're building a plan with a lot of communication.
I mean, yeah, but like, what do you do? Like, you were down your starting running back, and you were downing all. I mean, like, the only difference would be that they could have kept Robert Jones in a guard. Like, what is the move that they could have avoided that with?
Right.
You know?
See, sometimes we all want answers, right? And what Mike McDaniel tries to do on every occasion is give you an answer.
Right.
When the fact of the matter is, he's like, it's just some bad luck. It's unfortunate that we were in that situation. We try to fight through it, but it gets a little cluttered at times with all the new people, the new formations, the new quarterback, and then still trying to game plan accordingly. So I understand how he tries to tiptoe around the reality of it, because the reality of it is that you don't want to hear that what he's talking about happens more than you think. You don't want to hear that, hey, this always happens where one official calls first down and one says fourth down.
But also, isn't it just come down to, like, he listed all those guys, but like, doesn't it really just come down to, like, how much communication is happening to those guys? Isn't it just Skylar in the huddle?
No.
Like, how much is going on that they're not realizing?
The quarterback comes in the huddle, calls a play, calls a protection. Him and the center, in those 25 seconds when they get to the line of scrimmage, are pointing at the mic, which the mic signifies the center of the defense. So the mic could be over here, whatever your protection, say the guard and the center go to the mic, and they have those two. Now, as that play is being called, if there's some changes, you have a protection that you can go to, a slide protection. So say if it's a blitz, right? And you know it's a blitz. You'll check. Lucy. Everybody slide left. So that'll cover all of the stuff.
Real
and
creative.
you're avoiding guys, being singled up because you have that young and that new offensive line. All these things are going on in the 25 seconds of the play. So imagine getting up to the line of scrimmage with 5 seconds, and you don't have time to do that, and you have a quarterback who can't identify it as quickly as the guy you've had in there. It becomes difficult. You have to simplify it. What you have to do is you have to call more.
But so the center calls all that production stuff, though, right? Like,
sometimes it could be the
he's
center.
been there the whole time.
The center, or listen, the center. When you watch a center and a quarterback, watch it. You'll watch it during the game. You'll see the center point and say, Mike's 54. And then sometimes you hear the quarterback go, no, send it to 58, because he sees where the blitz is coming. The center can only see so much, but the quarterback can see the whole field. So he'll say, no, bring it over here, right? All this is going on during the play. Everybody's got to pay attention, because two guys come outside of that mic, it's a hot route. So all this is going on. and 25 seconds. Put 5 new guys in. Right? It becomes cluttered, and you have to start calling plays accordingly. You have to start calling plays that take all of these spots or these calls out of it. So you have tight end staying in, back staying in, and you call it just standard protections. But that usually means that not as many guys can get out in a route.
Right. And they like to get fancy with it.
Right.
I feel so much smarter now.
Yep.
Like
That's what he does. He
wait,
knows, listen,
like
he
I can
knows-
play
he knows his
quarterback.
football.
But wait.
He knows his football.
Wait. So here's
But also, like,
wait.
get it together.
So
I mean, it's happened a lot this season.
Come on.
So how many
wait.
times did we
Enough
burn
of
because
it.
of
So-
delay games?
So wait, so here's the deal. So there's nothing worse, right? Then you get to the line of scrimmage, and the center goes, Lucy, right? He'll wave his hand. That means slide protection. And somebody on defense goes, going left, right? So, but that's why you have dummy calls. That's where Omaha came from. Omaha means something, but not on every play. So if you call it all the time, they can't tell whether it's an adjustment or not.
So I understand why people just don't get a little bit more creative with it, you know?
Really?
Yeah.
So we
I mean,
tried. We tried. Wait, we tried. We tried when I was in Cleveland. We went left coast teams and right coast team. Right coast. So Florida, New York, Carolina, slide right. Right, Seattle. Right. So
Does not everybody know the map?
no. So one time the quarterback gets under and he goes, San Diego, where's that? like,
Oh!
and so like we're all down in our stands, right? And we heard it. And everybody goes like this. You'd be amazed at how much goes on in the 30 seconds, right? You see the quarterback doing this. Sometimes the coach gets so excited, he don't call the whole play because he thinks the quarterback could just pick it up. And the quarterback's like, let's go. I can't hear what he's doing.
Yeah,
and keep in mind,
no, that happened. That happened with the Jets game,
right? But keep in mind, remember and understand why I know how this is difficult. I've told you the week I got to Minnesota,
Brad Johnson.
Brad Johnson was calling checks. I'm like, Brad, what do purple mean? I had no idea. He's checking and signaling to Chris and got the line doing, and I'm just standing back there. So I know how much or how difficult it is when new guys get in there, even if you've been on the team all year.